Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks, coming to you today from a different location, not in Spain currently. I've crossed the border over into Portugal for a few days. We're going to be here. A bit of a change of scenery, which is always good at this time of year, especially from a weather perspective. And as usual, I'll turn the camera around so you can get an idea of the weather that we have today. A little bit overcast, cloudy, sun trying to peek through the clouds over there. Nothing unusual about the weather for this time of the year. Atlantic storms. And from what I can gather this winter, the storms have been coming thick and fast here in Portugal, or at least this part of Portugal anyway. Everything is very wet, everything is very green, as you can see around me here. And as I said, the storms have been coming in thick and fast on the coast here over the last month and a half or so, I believe. But anyway, not much we can do about that. Portugal needs the rain, parts of Spain need the rain as well. So storms are welcome in my opinion. And a bit of rain for me is not a deterrent. In fact, I like a bit of rain every now and again, especially if I'm on the coast. And on the beach we can see the erosion there, and no doubt these waves that are coming in here now, fairly big wave coming in at the moment, have been smashing up against these rocks here, and of course causing all of that sand there to go back out to sea. And no doubt the surf over the last couple of months or so, this area here in Portugal, famous for waves, has been absolutely fantastic, and I'm sure surfers have been taking advantage of the great conditions. Now today, the 26th of December, Christmas done and dusted for another year. A lot of people will be happy about that. Some people won't be happy about that because they love this time of the year. For me, Christmas was quite a quiet occasion. Didn't do much. Had dinner on the 24th with my partner's auntie, my son and my partner, of course. Fairly low-key dinner, I would say. Some prawns on the table, bit of pate. What else did we have? Nice bottle of white wine. Not much else, so fairly low-key. I'm not really a fan of Christmas, or at least winter Christmases. Having grown up in Australia, Christmas for me means hot weather, sunny weather, outdoor weather, and here of course we don't get that. Christmas in Australia nowadays is an outdoor event, people around the pool, and that's the type of celebration down there. And as I said before, to be honest, that's what I miss. But anyway, we'll see if we can get back next year for an Australian Christmas. This tree looks as though it's been battered by the strong winds over the last couple of months. So, what's been happening in the news over the last couple of days or so? Well, in Spain, it's all about the King's speech. On the 24th of December, the King sits down, addresses the nation, similar to what King Charles does in the UK, but of course King Charles, I imagine, speaks on the 25th. In Spain it's on the 24th. And leading up to the speech, a lot of people were saying that it was going to be the King's most difficult speech, given all of the political turmoil in Spain at the moment, especially with those changes to different laws, for example sedition, embezzlement and things like that. The opposition party irate at the moment, and there is a lot of political tension in Spain, and that was the main focus of the King's speech. He said that Spain's institutions have been eroded over the last year or so. There's also an institutional crisis as well as a constitutional crisis. And he said that politicians in Spain need to respect the constitution, not like they have been doing over the last month or so. And basically what we can take away from all of this is that Spanish politics is at an all-time low. But as we know, 2023 is an election year in Spain at all levels of government, and I don't think things are going to change in the short term. Now we'll go for a walk along this path here, which regular viewers to the channel will have seen before, especially in those summer months when we spend time here in Portugal. But definitely a lot greener at the moment, given the rains that we have had here. Have a look at the sunrise there, sun trying to peek its head through the clouds, and some fantastic shots there of the Portuguese coastline. Amazing. Now I'll just try and make my way along here. The rocks are broken, so it's not easy to walk on this path, but I'll do my best. And the last thing I want to talk about today is the introduction in 2023, as we know, compulsory introduction in cities of 50,000 people or more of these ZBEs, these low emissions areas. And I know what you're saying. Stuart's been going on a lot about these ZBEs recently, but I'm going to continue talking about it. And the reason I'm going to talk about this topic again is that because today, the 26th of December, we're still not really sure in Spain exactly what these ZBEs are going to mean when it comes to driving in these cities. All we know is that ZBEs are going to be introduced in 2023 in cities with more than 50,000 people, as I said, but nobody knows exactly what type of cars are going to be banned from driving in those areas, whether residents will be allowed to drive in those areas if they have an old car, if people coming to visit you in your city will be allowed to visit you or not, depending on the age of your car, and also people that go into the center of cities to go to hospitals and things like that, are they going to be able to enter the center of these cities? That's the question. I think it's fairly clear that if you don't have one of these environmental stickers, you won't be able to drive in the ZBE areas. For example, if you don't have a yellow sticker or a green sticker, a B or a C sticker, you won't be able to drive. But what isn't clear is whether or not cars with a B sticker, for example, older diesel model cars and older gasoline model cars, are going to be able to continue driving in these ZBE areas. And that's what local governments around Spain aren't clearing up. So a lot of car owners in Spain currently scratching their heads wondering whether or not they're going to be able to drive their cars in 2023 in these specific areas, or whether or not they're going to have to try to get rid of those cars and buy an environmentally friendly one. But as we know, this is going to be the price that people pay for living in a city in 2023 in Spain. All of these new environmental rules and regulations that are creeping in because of European Union rules and regulations basically, and Spanish government's trying to get that money and turning their cities into ZBE areas, low emission zones areas. If you live in a small city of Spain, no worries, you don't have to change your car, it can be as old as you like. But if you live in a city, that's not the case. In fact, yesterday on the way to Portugal, we stopped in a few small cities in Extremadura, and it's amazing just how old the cars driving around those cities and towns are. And car owners in those smaller towns and cities in Spain couldn't give a rat's about these new changes. Somebody in the comment section said, what's going to happen to classic cars? Are they going to be banned also? And the answer is that I've got absolutely no idea what's going to happen when it comes to classic cars. In fact, what is a classic car? What makes one old car considered to be a classic and another old car a piece of junk? That's the question. But anyway, hopefully we'll get a clarification soon from local government in Spain as to exactly which cars will be able to drive around and exactly which cars won't be able to drive around Spanish cities with more than 50,000 people in 2023, or at least I'm hoping we'll get a clarification soon. And given the fact that we haven't been told yet whether or not the fuel subsidy is going away for 2023 and whether something is going to take its place, I'm not holding my breath when it comes to small government decisions or even central government decisions in Spain and them telling the public. But anyway, that's my post-Christmas rant. Now, as you can see from that puddle behind me, it's starting to rain. Raindrops hitting that puddle, so I'm going to start to head home before I get too wet. Buy some bread on the way home as well, I think, because bread in Portugal is absolutely fantastic. So questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. Debate the video out as you normally do. If you have a vehicle in Spain and it is old, let us know what you are planning to do with regard to these ZBEs in 2023. Let us know in that comment section below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Hope you enjoyed the views of Portugal. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego. Até logo.